Hey guys, M13 here. I wanted to make a video. I haven't done one in a while. Usually I make riding videos, but when I first started YouTube, I actually made quite a few video game videos, and that's what this is. It's my I'm in my bedroom, wearing my slippers. It's my motorcycle jacket there. It's my backpack, some padding for motorcycling, stickers, rain gear, a fake dog since I don't have a real one right now. What else do we got here? Laundry. And then if we look over here to my bed, we have a giant floating video game. This is something kind of new in the sense that, well, like, it's a holographic video game, which is insane because, until I turned around, maybe you just thought I was holding a camera and filming my room, but I'm actually filming through my headset, which is a virtual reality headset, and it allows us to... Can we make it bigger? No, we can't. We can put it lower, and then if we stand back, it's interesting. See how the top appears? If you get close to anything, it disappears, unobstructs your view. You can raise it up. Even on the bottom, they created the wood grains of the table. So, what's interesting about this is this game itself is not a virtual reality game. Not originally, anyways. This is called Triangle Strategy. It's an odd name for a game. It's kind of like a Romance of the Three Kingdoms thing. It's 3 different countries, and they're at war, and it's a very story-based RPG. And what I mean by that is, I think for the first hour and a half of the game, I maybe played for 20 minutes, and then the rest was just watching story unfold. And I think as you get further into the game, there's more and more combat. The controls are a little bit difficult, but luckily, as you can see here, there's like labels floating around my hand, letting me know what every button does. So if I ever forget, I can just glance down and see. And where am I? I'm this guy over here. But do you know how it's amazing how futuristic this is? And I think it looks pretty good in the video, and it looks even better in real life because the video has compression and whatnot. So like, with these glasses, I can see my bedroom clearly enough. I can walk around the house, I can interact with my kids without taking the goggles off, and then I can still see this video game floating, and I can climb on top of my bed. Now I'm sitting on my bed, and I can get close and look at the details of different objects and whatnot. I can try to see down her pixelated shirt by looking... just kidding. But yeah, oh, that's neat. You can see the light coming in through the windows there. Oh, it looks like water on the outside, which is odd. Anyways, yeah. So what this is it's a well-known and well-loved and highly rated RPG, turn-based combat RPG, and then it's been converted into a VR game. And in the future, I expect to see that a lot more. They have like modders who have made virtual reality versions of like Super Mario, like the original Super Mario and other games. But in the future, you're going to see more of that from the original companies. This is a Square Enix? Is that what it is? Square Enix? Square Equinox? Square something? RPG. They're famous for RPGs. They make a lot of them. And this one it's actually pretty good. It takes a little while to get into. I like the depth of... so if you go to... you can go to roster, and there's all your different characters. And if you click on them, you can see their stats and whatnot. Yeah, and you can scroll. You can either use the joystick to scroll through, or you can use your laser pointer here, which is, 3D and virtual reality. You can just point the laser where you want to point at, or get details on whatever stat you want by just pointing the laser. So, yeah. It's interesting. What's, I think, unique about this is it's not a virtual reality game. It's what originally was a 2-dimensional game, and they've converted it into VR, which gives it a whole new life, even for those who have played it before. Yeah, I just had a thought. Like, my all-time favorite game ever, and maybe something... No, it's the only game that's like a long game, and I've played it from start to finish multiple times. I haven't done that with any games other than this game, and the game is Fallout 2. I know everybody loves Fallout 4 and Fallout 5 and Fallout New Vegas and whatever, but if you've never played it, Fallout 2, in my mind, is still superior to all of them. It's a role-playing game, and it's also kind of two-dimensional, and it's turn-based. It's a lot like this in the sense that it's turn-based and two-dimensional, but I just realized someone could take Fallout 2 and convert it into a VR game because it's turn-based strategy on a hexagonal board, which is a good candidate for virtual reality when you have a board. So yeah, Fallout 2 I think it's one of the best games ever made, and it's my favorite game ever. So it would be great if someone could take older games and breathe new life into them by creating this virtual reality. And I love using my bed as a table. Like there's a few different board games that I play in VR, and I always just put them on my bed. And then that way I have a chair that I sit facing my bed, and then I can also climb around on my bed. Check out what book I have here. I'll show you guys. There you go. Twist of the Wrist, Volume 2 by Keith Code. That's my motorcycling Bible. It's where I learned a lot of what I teach in my videos. So anyways, yeah, VR. I was playing VR nonstop for like 3-4 months, and then I just stopped playing, and then I went like 2 months without touching it, and now I'm back into it again. I seem to go through these phases. I think when I first got into it, I was so amazed, and my mind was so blown by this that I just played it nonstop for a few months, and then I got tired of it because I was doing it too much. So then I actually stopped gaming altogether for a little while. I didn't touch my PlayStation or the VR. I would play the odd phone game, and that was about it. But yeah, now I'm getting back into it in a more limited, healthy capacity. But anyways, I like the game. In the beginning, it's a bit too slow. There's too much story. But a key thing to note there is if you push the L2 button, it does like an automatic continuation of speeches. Like, because without the L2 button, every time someone says something, you have to click, okay, next. So you're watching them talk, and you keep clicking next. Just push automatic continuation, and then it's like watching a TV show. They just keep talking on their own, and you can even with the VR goggles on, I can pull out my phone and clearly see my phone and like check my emails and stuff while the game is explaining the story part. And the story's good. The story is, it's not 100% negative, the fact that the story is so deep, because it's actually a decent story. It reminds me a lot of the novels that I'm reading. Right now I'm reading Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's a Brandon Sanderson, I think it's called Way of Kings series. I'm on like I bought the whole series on Google Play Books. And it's the whole series as one book on my phone. So it's an 8,000 page book because it's actually 4 combined, and each of the original books are huge. So right now I'm on like page 7,400 of 8,000 pages. It's kind of crazy. And there's a new book coming out next month, so I'm looking forward to finishing and then starting the new book. Okay, guys, end of this video. VR is amazing, and the fact that it's breathing new life into old games. And I've never played this game. I've never played the original, which I think came out on Nintendo and I'm not sure. Triangle Strategy. I hadn't heard of it, to be honest, until this VR iteration, and then I decided to try it. And for me, it's a whole new experience. It's a highly rated and highly loved by certain people old school RPG that has now come forth as a new thing. Yeah, and at this point I'm repeating myself, and that's a good sign to quit the video. All right. How do I quit? There we go. There you go. Triangle Strategy. That's the name of it. A couple of things I wanted to point out after reviewing the video I just made. For one thing is, in the video, the board, like the game on my bed, kind of shook a lot. it doesn't for me. It does in the video, it doesn't in real life. In real life, it stays fixed. It's motionless on my bed unless I grab it and move it myself. But in the video, it kind of wobbles around and looks not very stable. But it doesn't look like that in real life, so that's a fault of the video. And another thing is, I just want to show you this. This is when I exited my, when I went to a different part of the map. Because the map was just a small square on my bed, and now it's this rectangle that goes off in the distance and actually goes further than my wall. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, it actually ends the bridge here, right where it meets my wall. How cool is that? So, just like walking around in real life and then navigating these video game figures, like, you have to understand that this, I'm not, it doesn't translate perfectly into the video, but this bridge looks as solid and almost as real as this does. Actually, no, I'll take that back. They look equally as solid and real because I'm looking through video cameras and the resolution isn't perfect, so this is digitized to me. You know, like it's not, because I'm wearing goggles, this is a little bit digitized. I can see some, it looks like yeah, so yeah, they're equal. Like this looks a little digitized. I can see some pixels and whatnot, but so does this. So once you put these glasses on, in theory, you could create things in this room that would look 100% real, and you wouldn't be able to, like, if you were to take someone into a room and put the goggles on their head, and then they opened up their eyes, they wouldn't be able to tell what in the room was virtual reality and what in the room was real, because you could create objects in the room of the same texture and graphics as this. Yeah, which is, you know, starts a whole different line of thinking. If you think about the fact that some people think we are now that life itself is virtual reality. So anyways, just wanted to point out those couple of things and show you this. And look at that, man. The tunnel and the shading and the water. It's gorgeous.